Stay tuned. Coming up on this episode, we explore how habits and routines can lead to comfortable complacency. But first, let's pay the bills. Today's episode is sponsored by Midwest Fire. For more than 20 years, Midwest Fire has been manufacturing high-quality tankers, tanker pumpers, and fire rescue vehicles in the United States and Canada. Keeping firefighters safe while enhancing their capabilities is what they do best. To learn more, go to MidwestFire.com. Hello and welcome to episode 277 of the Situational Awareness Matters show. I'm your host, Rich Gassaway. The purpose of this program is to help improve situational awareness and high-risk decision-making for individuals and teams who work in high-stress, high-consequence, time-compressed environments with changing conditions. The SAMatters mission is simple. We want to help you see the bad things coming in time to prevent bad outcomes. I'm coming to you today from my office in St. Paul, Minnesota, having just returned from a corporate consulting project in Wisconsin and a 2-day program in Houston, Texas, especially designed to improve situational awareness for EMS personnel. All right, today's feature segment is brought to you by SimsUshare. SimsUshare is a simple and affordable way to help you develop and practice situational awareness skills. You can quickly build sims using your photos from buildings and such in your community to simulate almost any kind of incident, including active threat scenarios. And the new SimsUshare Command Training Center now lets you conduct multiple company drills over the internet so you can do these drills while your companies stay in station. Check them out at SimsUshare.com. All right, time to jump into today's feature segment where we explore how habits and routines can lead to comfortable complacency. We all know we have habits. Some are good habits, and some are, well, not so good habits. The less often talked about cousin of habits is routine. Habits and routines can impact situational awareness in both good and bad ways. But where do habits and routines come from? Does a habit turn into a routine? Or does a routine turn into a habit? Do habits and routines prevent complacency or contribute to it? All good questions. Let's explore habits, routines, and complacency. Webster's defines a habit as a behavior pattern acquired by frequent repetition or physiologic exposure that shows itself in regularly and increased facility of performance. An acquired mode of behavior that has become nearly or completely involuntary. Webster defines a routine as a habitual or mechanical performance of an established procedure. The definitions offer up the age-old, or should I say egg-old, question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The context of this topic, the question, is do habits form routines or do routines form habits? An argument could be made either one could come first. Your routines can become your comfortable habits. Your habits can become your comfortable routines. Enter complacency. Webster defines complacency as self-satisfaction, especially when accompanied by unawareness of actual dangers or deficiencies. It's very unfortunate that complacency has become a habit for some responders. Some have become satisfied and comfortable in doing things in ways that are dangerous to the point that they have become unaware or arguably uncaring about the dangers. This can have catastrophic consequences. contagious complacency. A complacent responder can infect other responders. When this happens, the consequences can be significant. In fact, an entire company can become complacent. And worst of all, an entire department can become complacent. When this happens, the department can sink into a comfortable rut and become arrogant. Members can begin to believe they are so good at what they do that bad outcomes will never happen because it never has. The success of past outcomes can contribute to complacency. When members perform in ways that are not consistent with best practices and get away with it, meaning there's no bad outcome, it can build confidence that is based on luck, not ability. A false confidence. When responders experience successful outcomes, this builds confidence. This unto itself is not a bad thing, so long as the success was based on performance consistent with best practices. However, all success builds confidence, meaning success resulting from luck also builds confidence, albeit false confidence. Psychologists that study the behaviors of gamblers see this all the time. A gambler wins because they have some strategy for beating the odds. Their success gives them confidence, which can increase their risk-taking. Over the long run, a gambler who thinks they can beat the odds eventually will lose. But not every gambler is a loser over the long run. There is a small number whose luck runs longer than others. Observing responders who have found long-term luck can give other responders a false confidence that they can cheat the system too. In the end, the casino wins. If you doubt this, just look at the lavishness of casinos. Those structures are built on the losses of gamblers, not on the small number who have been lucky over a long period of time. To overcome the curse of complacency, responders must be aware of the affliction that they are facing. This awareness comes from being a student of best practices. This involves learning about best practices and comparing what your department does to first responder best practices. Read firefighter casualty reports and learn from those reports how responders die. Then compare the circumstances, the situational awareness, and the decision-making of those catastrophic outcomes with how your department does things. When you see inconsistencies between established best practices and how your department does things, it may be time to start asking some hard questions. Why does your department do things differently than best practices would dictate? Have you found a better way to get the job done? Is the better way safe? Or have you just been lucky? Avoid judging bad outcomes that others experience. Oftentimes, when a responder reads a casualty report, they can judge the performance of others without turning that harsh judgment on themselves or on their own department. We can be lulled into thinking the department that experienced the bad outcome were just less competent, where in fact maybe their luck had just ran out. Here's some discussion questions for you. Discuss areas where your department may have become complacent in training or performance. Discuss areas where you have become personally complacent in your application of best practices. Discuss ideas about how to break the cycle of complacency in your organization.
I think Rich's ability to connect with any crowd, that's a gift that he has, and it's easily transferable.
This is the second or third time that I've heard him speak. There's some teeth to the information that he brings.
It's been really good. Good mixes. He knows when to throw in a joke here and there to get you back involved.
Some tools. I'm a new lieutenant, so very, very interesting. And some of these things I can take back to the station and use with some of the new firefighters I have on my crew.
Something to get you thinking about your job more, big picture type stuff. I've seen him before. A good review for sure.
I have heard him before, yes. After he speaks, there's usually an enlightenment because now they're more aware of what's going on around them and what they're experiencing as they respond to calls.
He's very, very knowledgeable. I'm enjoying it so far.
And that intuition, that's a big one. The video that you just showed up here, we're getting a lot out of this. I think this is a really good seminar, especially for new people and old. But I think it's very informative. This talk gives us more ammunition to do all three.
They're relatable to what we have experienced or very well could experience, so he makes it easy to let the knowledge sink in.
I mean, it's awesome. A lot of stories you can usually relate to yourself and calls you have been on, aha moment. Like, he just helps you focus on picking out the right things. It's awesome. It's a refresher and keeps my eyes open. It's good stuff.
If people listen to the message that he has, it's an incredible message delivered by a very compassionate person. Strategy and tactics are going to always change. Situational awareness it doesn't change. It's always there.
He's got some good stories to tell, and he's very thorough with his stories, and it's interesting listening to him.
Very clear speaker, and he talks on our level because he's been there, he's been in the trenches. I think he's doing well, and I'm looking forward to the second half.
The Situational Awareness Matters show was launched in 2014 with a purpose: to give a platform to those who've had near-miss events to share their stories. When I'm on the road delivering classes on situational awareness, I often ask attendees about their near-miss events that they've had, and they've shared some amazing stories in the classroom. Those stories motivated me to launch this podcast so that those lessons shared by those students in my classes could be shared with a larger audience. That's you. The Situational Awareness Matters show, podcasted as SAMatters Radio, and our companion video program, SAMatters TV, on YouTube, along with other audio and video content that we've uploaded, have enjoyed over 800,000 views and listens. I'm so thankful for your support and very honored to be able to provide this platform for these amazing stories to be shared. Now, if you like the show, do me a favor, a solid favor, please subscribe. For the audio version of the show, you just got to search SAMatters Radio on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, or iHeartRadio, and hit the subscribe button. For the video version, go to SAMatters TV on YouTube and click the subscribe button. Now, if you find value in the show, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give it a rating and write a review. Your ratings and reviews help others to find the show, and more importantly, your feedback inspires me to want to work harder for you. Since 2007, Situational Awareness Matters instructors have helped more than 1,300 organizations and have trained over 80,000 individuals to improve high-risk decision-making. Those students have included first responders, industrial workers, military personnel, business leaders, medical professionals, utility workers, highway workers, public transportation operators, school bus drivers, aviation workers, oil refinery process operators, and many, many more. If you or someone you know works in a high-risk, high-consequence, decision-making environment, then we are here to help you, to improve your safety and survival, and to help you accomplish the most important mission of all. And that's to go home to the ones who love you.
Real expectations, because SA matters.
Know your limit. Know your partner's limit, because SA matters. Assumptions are bad. SA matters.
Proper PPE is important, because SA matters.
Flawed situational awareness is a really big deal. SA matters. Know your water supply, because SA matters. Bears and cougars, SA matters. Go versus no-go, because SA matters.
Confidence is good. Overconfidence is bad. SA matters.
Buddies matter, because SA matters.
SA matters, so don't get angry.
When the pigs are eating lemons, SA matters.
Our academy class is going home today because we know that SA matters.
SA matters!
Now, I'd like to take a moment to honor and thank the companies and organizations and agencies that have hosted some recent situational awareness training for their team members. The National Volunteer Fire Council Summit, the National Fire Protection Association Conference, the Itasca County Emergency Communications Center, the Odessa Fire Department in Odessa, Texas, and an industrial facility that I did some situational awareness consulting for in Wisconsin, and the Southeast Texas Regional Advisory Council EMS Committee training seminars. If you're interested in where we're going to be upcoming, here's the schedule. July 24 and 25 will be at the United States Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, Colorado, my third visit there. July 26th at the North Metro Fire District in Broomfield, Colorado, my third visit there. July 31, Evans Fire Department in Evans, Colorado, my second visit there. August 8th and 9th, Fire Rescue International, Atlanta, Georgia. About my 15th year at Fire Rescue International. August 14th to 16th of the Lansing Fire Department in Michigan, my first visit there. August 17th, the Ingham County Fire Chiefs Association, Michigan, my first visit there too. August 27th to 29th, also my first visit to the Voluntary Protection Programs Participant Association National Conference in New Orleans, Louisiana. If you want to see the locations of all the upcoming events, just head over to the SAMatters.com website, and the schedule is under the Training Programs tab at the top of the home page. If you're interested in hosting a program, just click the Contact Us tab, and I will give you a call. It's easy. We'll just talk it through and make it happen. If you want to become part of the SA Matters community of learners, there's several ways you can do that. Check the show notes on how to get connected with us by signing up for our monthly newsletter, by subscribing to the SA Matters podcast, subscribing to the SA Matters TV YouTube channel, and how to follow us on the social media channels of Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. There we share ideas about how to improve situational awareness, how to make better decisions under stress, and how to improve the skills of critical thinking and resilient problem solving. Well, that's it. Episode 277 of the Situational Awareness Matters show is complete. Thank you to our platinum sponsor, Midwest Fire. Thank you to our feature segment sponsor, SimsUShare. Thank you to our associate sponsor, Chief Miller. Thank you to all the companies, agencies, and organizations and associations that have hosted Situational Awareness Matters training programs. Thank you to all the organizations that have hosted live stream programs where I come to your organization live via the internet to train your staff. Thank you to the more than 3,000 students and graduates of the highly acclaimed Situational Awareness Matters online academy. The feedback I receive from academy graduates is just amazing and humbling, and I thank you for that. And most importantly, thank you, the listeners and viewers of this show, for sharing some of your valuable time with me today. I really appreciate your support of the SA Matters mission. Be safe out there, and may the peace of the Lord and strong situational awareness be with you always.
You've been listening to the Situational Awareness Matters radio show with Dr. Richard B. Gassaway. If you are interested in learning more about situational awareness, human factors, and decision-making under stress, visit SAMatters.com. If you are interested in booking Dr. Gassaway for an upcoming event, visit his personal website at richgassaway.com.